Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. We are back with another review video. This time we are talking The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, currently playing in London at the Ambassadors Theatre. If you want to know my thoughts, my feelings and everything in between on this show, stick around and we'll get into it in 2 whole seconds. So here we go, Curious Case. Let's get into it. Firstly, let's do the other spiel, and that is when I see a show I do 2 separate videos most of the time. There's been a couple recently where I haven't. In those 2 videos we do 2 separate things. So the last video that was up on this channel is the Nervous Guide. The Nervous Guide is basically where I talk about my experience in the show, my experience in the theatre, any content, any sensory warnings. All that is wrapped up nicely in a bow for you in my last video. This video is the review. We use inverted commas on this channel because I'm in no way a professional. I just talk about things that I've enjoyed about the show, and yeah, it's basically a 10 to 15 minute ramble with all my thoughts and feelings in. There we are. So this show had a lot weighing on its shoulders. Basically, the show, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, had its first run at the Southwark Playhouse, I believe. I will correct myself down below if it's not. I have 2 friends, I technically have more, but I have 2 friends that saw this show in that theatre, and they were like, oh my god, it's the best thing in the world. And I was like, okay, if it comes back I will want to go and watch it, please and thank you. Then it did announce that it was going into the Ambassadors. I got very excited. My friend was like, hey, I'm going to see it on this day, do you want to book a ticket? This seat next to me is spare. We did that. My other friend also came along. We had a great day at the theatre. And I was very much on the fence going in. I was like, is it going to live up to the hype? Is it going to be one of those shows that everybody loves? Is it going to be what's it going to be? And then this music started and I was like, okay, I'm enjoying myself. You know, sometimes there are shows that you like and there are shows that you fall in love with, and it reminds you why you do what you do, why you spend all your money on theatre. This is that kind of show. It is like a warm hug musically, but a heartbreaker story-wise. A little bit of backstory if you don't know. This show is based / adapted on the F. Scott Fitzgerald short story of the same name. What this show has done is taken that story and put it set in Cornwall, and the whole show is basically a love letter to Cornwall and to everything Cornish. The music in it is kind of folksy but just beautiful. We've currently only got 3 songs on a EP. They need to do the full cast recording, just saying. But it's just so lovely to sit and watch. The book and lyrics for this show, and also the direction and stage design, has all been done by Jethro Compton, and music and lyrics of the show are by Darren Clark. Firstly, talking about Jethro Compton and everything that he's done on this show, it's just amazing how much this has essentially been his baby. The set design is literally stunning. I don't know how to explain it to my best of my abilities, but it is beautiful. I'll leave a picture, but there is like hidey holes and moving around spaces, and people pop off the stage at some points and you don't actually know where they've gone to, and then they appear somewhere else in a different height. It's just the most stunning of sets that I have seen in a while. And it also has hidden holes in the base of the stage, or the ground level of the stage. There is a hole where things are kept, there is a hole that has sand in it at one point, there is a hole that has water in it at some point. There is just the best of sets, and I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. This show has humour, but it also has heartbreak. You will laugh, you will cry, you may blubber. I was very much holding tissues in my hand for most of Act 1 and the whole of Act 2, and the last like 20 minutes tears were falling down my face. Thank goodness I found a good waterproof mascara, because I definitely needed it. All of this is being performed by a 13 strong cast, playing 30 odd instruments between them. You know how I feel about music being played on stage by actors, an actor-musician musical, if you will. It's one of my favourite things in the world. I love it so much. The fact that everything is all together and it's been done as like an ensemble piece, and this is the most ensemble of ensemble pieces you will see. And it is truly storytelling at its best. Speaking of the cast, it is led by John Dalglish as Benjamin Button and Claire Foster as Elowyn Keane, but saying that everybody has more than one role, I have the programme currently on the characters and instruments page. Just look at some of these, it is insane. So some of them have 2 characters, some of them have 4 characters, some of them have more than that. They also are all playing various different musical instruments. It's just so brilliant and so just lovely. Everyone is on stage pretty much through the entirety of the show. Like I said, some people go on and off the stage in various areas. Sometimes you don't even know how they've got to where they've gone. You don't even grasp that there's an exit off the back of the stage. They're never away for too long. There's pretty much all 13 on the stage at all times, give or take. If they're not being part of the acting, they are playing, they are singing. There's even someone being a sheep. One of my favourite roles Claire Foster does. I love the sheep with all my heart. The way this show has been done is just so clever and so brilliant. There, you literally sit in your seat and you are firstly greeted by sea sounds and seagulls, and then the moment the lights dim and the show starts, you are engrossed in that story. You are following the entirety of Benjamin's life from old to young, and all the different characters that he meets throughout the show and throughout his life. And the fact that every single person is just so unbelievably good. So good. It is a testament to the storytelling of this show that you engross yourself in those characters, you attach yourself to that village life. So when something happens in a small... So as the show progresses, you want to know how the life of the man who has a wife who literally screams her head off at him and he dreams of divorce, how he's getting on in his life. You want to know about how the owner of the cafe is still going, even though she's drinking all of her profits, especially gin in teapots. You want to know everything about it, and the fact that each part of the story is told both by John as Benjamin, but also with every other cast member who helps to tell the tale by kind of breaking the fourth wall and telling the audience what is happening and which part of Benjamin's life you are in. It's just so cleverly put together, and I now see why I was told by my friends I had to see the show, because it is just so good, and I really truly hope that it wins all awards possible in the upcoming year in the categories they're able to get to, because it's just so good. Okay, according to Todaytix, it is currently selling until the 1st of March 2025. I don't know if that's its final date or whether they have the possibility to extend at the ambassadors. I truly hope that it sticks around for a while, because I definitely want to see it at least 10 times more. Although I don't know if my heart could take that. It is just one of the best things I've seen come out of British theatre in a long time. I'm a sucker for a show set in Cornwall, like that one right there, and yeah, this is no exception. It is a really great show. You will laugh, you will probably sob. Take your tissues is my only real warning. And if you don't, go and visit somewhere for food for and nickel their napkins, because that is what I did. Such a great show, so hoping that I can get back to it in the new year. And yeah, go and watch it, pretty please, and thank you. I feel like when I did the Nervous Guide, it kind of showed up that I was quite the fan of this show, and now you know my true feelings. It is one of my last experiences in a theatre this year. I've got nothing else booked in at the time of filming, which is the 14th of December. And if this is going to be one of my last shows of the year, then I am going out with a bang. Go and check out The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. You will not be disappointed. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. And all that's truly left to say is the usual, and that is, if you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching. Thank you for getting to the end of it. I love you all lots. And the final thing is what I always do, which is so long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, bye.